My name is Ashley. I am a senior manager of customer support for an e-commerce company. Yeah, that's who I am and what I do.
Hey, awesome. E-commerce right now is becoming a lot more important in a lot of people's daily lives. And I can only imagine that the customer support side has seen a lot of growth. And I was just wondering what have you been seeing on your site and what have you and your company been doing to adapt to the stay-at-home orders and all the changes going on right now?
First, I think it comes from a place of the whole company being very grateful to be where we are. We absolutely are experiencing a lot of growth in e-commerce in our product specifically. We all feel very blessed to be in that position. And with that kind of gratitude mindset, we want to extend that gratitude towards everyone that works at this company as well. Like, if you can work from home, you absolutely should. That's what the experts are saying. And, we as a company don't want to feel like we're smarter than the experts. We certainly don't want to be sending people into work if they don't have to be there. So I think just, staying humble and grateful, as well as, being flexible with whatever the experts are recommending is kind of the way that we've taken it so far.
Have you run into any specific challenges during this transition, and what have y'all been doing to overcome them, specifically in the customer support role?
We certainly run into challenges as we've never had to do this remotely before. But that being said, the challenges we've come across have just been challenges in, technology, connection, and communication. We previously worked all together where we had a very stable internet connection and we all knew what to expect. And now people are working from home. Those connections may vary. So just kind of working through that. I think we've been very fortunate on that front as well that, for times that a call drops because we're on our personal internet connection, a customer generally understands when we say, hey, sorry, we're just working from home for everybody's safety. They generally find that really sweet and endearing. So it has been a challenge, but I think we've navigated it well.
That's awesome. And speaking of technology challenges, I forgot to change the setting to gallery view for me to make my editing easier. Oh well. It sounds like you have a lot of really nice customers. Just for customer support as a whole, what do you wish is something a lot of customers would understand when they're writing in or calling into customer support?
Absolutely. I think that it definitely is a time of high anxiety for everyone. Most of us have never been through a global pandemic. And so, we definitely have, I would say, a slight influx in like customers that are angry or stressed out about the product. So I just wish that they would know that, we're on their side as well. We're all on the same team and we really do want to help them. We would never want, our product or the service that we provide to inconvenience somebody's life or make it harder because we understand how hard it is just generally right now. So I do wish at times customers would extend that level of kindness to us. But I think that for the most part, when they do get the chance to interact with my team, that kindness comes out because it's what they get in return. My team shows them kindness, so they in turn, realize that they can be kind in this scenario as well.
On the thought of spreading kindness, what do you think is just something everyone as a society can do right now to just kind of show and spread kindness?
I think it really comes down to the little things because everything feels so big and so monumental right now. I think that it comes down to things like just showing kindness in the small ways that you can. Of course, keep everybody safe and keep your distance, but show kindness where you can. I've seen lots of examples in the Austin area of people putting up art in their windows, kind of, or just like kind messages of like, we're all in this together, because you never know how that message might change somebody's day. We're all going through a really hard time right now. So I think just spreading kindness in little ways that you can find to do it.
That's awesome. Thank you. And then what is something, it sounds like your employer's taking good care of you, but what is something that you wish they would do to better help you and your team during all of this?
I do think my employer has really been excellent on the front of all the changes recently, but I think we can always improve. I would say that something that all employers should really be doing at this time is just having more check-ins with all of the various teams. Companies can grow so big, and of course everyone has a people manager, but really checking from above to make sure like is everyone okay? Is everyone happy? How are people adjusting to the change? Of course, like in a small company like the one that I work for, there are a lot of things that would be like nice to have if only we had enough bodies to do it. And so, I think my employer is doing their best, but I think all companies could really give more in terms of like physically checking on the employees. Like it's one thing to give us a list of resources, but it's another thing to say person to person, hey, how are you doing? How are you adjusting? How are you feeling?
I mean, I think that's a really big thing. Is just from what I've observed of different companies and stuff, just remembering that their employees are human too. It's sad to see sometimes.
Absolutely. And especially in fields like customer support. Customer support is a really it's emotional labor. It's not only work, just punching the clock. It's emotional labor. You have to catch the brunt of a lot of misguided anger and feelings. And so especially during times like this, like a global pandemic, when the customers on the other end are especially escalated, I think that companies even then especially have an opportunity to check on their people, and the people like doing hard work.
That's that's really smart and awesome. Thank you. My last question. If you could stand on top of a mountain and scream to the world something that everyone would know and take to heart, what would you tell everyone right now during this time?
First off, stay inside.
A peak mountain. You're a nice socially distant mountain that everyone can hear from.
Yes, I think I would probably just say that, you got to take it one day at a time. I think that everybody is going through unprecedented changes, be it personally or professionally or with their health or anything like that. Life is so precious. Like, we really have no idea what's coming next. And so you have to just take it one day at a time. You have to take the good when it's good. You have to, sit with the bad when it's bad. But just know that the way that we get through this is literally just one step at a time, one day at a time. Because when you think about it all at once, it gets really overwhelming, and it's just like there's no benefit of you being in a panic. There's no benefit of you, like, the world does not benefit, or you don't benefit. So just like stay calm and take it one day at a time.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And that's the last question I have. Is there any closing thoughts you wanted to share? Or
It's been a pleasure doing this interview. I think it's great what you're doing, and that everyone should always be kinder, but especially in a time like this. And I hope that this project that you're doing helps spread kindness out there.
thank you. I hope so too. And thank you for taking the time out of your really busy day to talk to me about this.
Happy to help, Tilly.